So here we are with another video, and this time it is an unboxing video. So yeah, I haven't done one of these in a very long time, so there is quite a bit to show. And I mean, truthfully, I'm not going to show everything because some of it is kind of like old enough now that I feel like it's not worth showing. So yeah, here we are with what I am going to show. And so, you know, as you can see, there are four boxes, and one of those boxes is from Barnes and Noble, which I've kind of gone back to since I decided to get back into fantasy reading. And so, yeah, kind of the thing I like about that is I can go to the store or I can order online if they don't have what I want at the store. And that's kind of the fun thing. Other than that, it's the typical ordering things from Japan that I want and can't necessarily find here. So, yeah, that's kind of the introduction, and let's get into this thing. So, we're going to start with the fantasy novels. Now, The Witchwood Crown by Tad Williams and The Empire of Glass are new purchases, but they weren't new purchases that I was going to share because it's been months that I've had them. And, but I brought them out because it kind of is the reason that I bought some of the other books that I bought. So, yeah, that's kind of why you're seeing them. So, the story kind of behind this is more that I remember reading Tad Williams when I was younger. I think I was college age. I think. I can't really remember, but I remember reading the original series, and I remember liking the original series. So when I found out that he did a continuation of that world, I thought it'd be a really good idea to continue on with it. The only problem is, as I said, it's been so long since I read the original series that I kind of wanted to read that first before I went to the continuation. So, yeah, that's kind of why I brought those out, because I had to buy the originals again. So, this is the Memory, Sorrow, and Thorn book series, and the reason I bought the reason I bought these again is because I can't find my mass paperback versions. So I know they're somewhere in the house because I have a really good Rolodex of the kind of books that I have. And what I don't have a good memory on is where I put them when I lost a lot of my library space. So they're floating around somewhere, and I couldn't find them in the searching that I did. So I kind of just said, you know what, forget it, I'll just rebuy them. And so that's what I did. So yeah, I have them in regular paperback. So we have the Dragonborn Chair, we have Two Green Angel Tower, and Stone of Farewell. So yeah, I have the original version of the series again that I intend to read along with Into the Narrow Dark, and that is part of The Last King of Osten-Ard. So yeah, that is the third book of the other series that, I'll be able to read as I get through. So yeah, that is my Tad Williams. So we're gonna move on to the funner reading. So I'm still in the English speaking kind of language books. And so, yeah, with that time I got reincarnated as a slime. Now, I got the novel versions because it is further into the story than the manga is, and I was kind of interested in reading a light novel, so I figured because I know the series well enough, I thought it would be a good idea to use this as a kind of starting point. And I'm not starting from the beginning because I don't really want to go through the beginning story that I went through previously in both watching the anime and reading the manga. So I'm content to start at uh, book 8, where we are starting to get new story. So as you can see, I have books 8 through 11 over here, and then 12 through 15 over here. So yeah, that is something that I also bought from Barnes & Noble, and so they didn't have that many of them at the store itself. So these are ones that I bought online. So yeah, that is, I mean, that's, there's not much I can say about that. I've started reading book 8 though. So I kind of, I don't know, I don't even know why I'm doing this, because I'm reading multiple books at the same time and I've never done that, but whatever, that's kind of where I am. So yeah, that's that's that. So yeah, that's that time I got reincarnated as a slime, and yeah, I had this as a new purchase. Also, for entertainment and something that is a newer purchase, I got the ISOM #1, and this is the cover C, because it took me a while to decide to jump onto this new series by Eric July, who is on YouTube as Young Rippa, I think Young Rippa 85. I think that's his name, but I know it's Young Rippa. I can't remember the numbers that come after, but it took me a while to decide to get on the series. But realistically, I also kind of like cover C. So yeah, I have the cover that I want. And yeah, I really kind of like this series. And I'm eager to see what else he has in store, because there's a few other things that seem like they're going to be interesting that's going to be happening in the Rippaverse. But because I'm showing purchases, I figured this would be something good to show. So we've now gotten to the Japan purchases, and as you can see, I have a lot of CDs because unfortunately I can't buy the MP3s that I would like to buy, so I don't have to worry about physical copies. But um, essentially, this is all Ensemble Stars music, because right now I'm playing the mobile game and I really like music. So when I like something, I have to I have to buy it. So yeah, I got the Eden CD, and I also have the Undead CD as well. And the rest of them are kind of, although this is Idol Masters, but the rest of them are kind of what they call the maxi CDs. So the maxi CDs have 1 or 2 songs, and the full albums, of course, have 12 songs. So I'm not going to bog you down with, specifically all of them, but for the most part, um, I have a few Alkaloid, I have Eden, of course, and I have Nights. So yeah, that is, the music portion of my Japan purchases. And getting to the anime, so this is the Four Brothers of the Yuzuki House. And I've been reading this series and I really have liked this series. It is kind of emotional. It's kind of an emotional ride, because it's about 4 brothers who lost their parents, and so it's basically just their daily life, you know, living together, growing up, and the oldest brother raising his 3 younger brothers. And it's really a nice series. So yeah, I got the newest one of that. Likewise with School Babysitters, it's the same thing. So it's, basic story. Two brothers lost their parents. They're now living with someone else, and it's kind of their daily life. And, it's it's cute in the way that the other one is. And because I really like slice of life kind of things, it's heavy hitting in some of the emotions, but in terms of lightness, that lightness really kind of overshadows that bit of sadness that you get. And so, yeah, I read it purely for the lightness of it. And so, yeah. Um, Ace of Diamond, Act Two, continuing on with that. So I had to get I had to get the newest one for that. And so that's, kind of self-explanatory. Then, of course, you have Monthly Girls Nozaki-kun. And continuing on with that, admittedly, I've just started reading the series, so I'm not very far in it yet. But yeah, that's kind of where I am. I will say though that I am finding the series just as hilarious as the show. So I'm actually eager to keep going with this and see what wasn't covered on the anime. So this of course is Dragon Goes House Hunting, and like many of these series, I see an anime that I kind of like, and it makes me intrigued by what the manga says. So yeah, I decided to try this manga of Dragon Goes House Hunting because, like all the slice of life ones, there is story there in that the basic premise is the red dragon is going house hunting, but it's all the adventures that are around it that really kind of make this hilarious. So the I have of course books 1 to the newest one that just came out, which is I think number 9. I think. Right? Do I need to count them? Yes, 9. So yeah. So I have 1 through 9, and I'm really kind of eager to see and get through more of the manga. Now, I did, and you can find it on, like you can find Dragon Goes House Hunting. You can find it in English digitally. So it's on, I know it's definitely on Amazon, but I got mine from Bookwalker. And so, yeah, you can read it. You can read this series in English digitally. And I have some of the digital versions of it. And I just bought this in Japanese because I wanted to read it in Japanese. So, yeah, there is that. And of course, the new Rokuhoro that just came out. So I wanted to get that because it's a series that I have been collecting. There's not really much to say about it right now because it's just me collecting the series, and it's one of those because it doesn't have the furigana. It's something that I have to push myself to get better at kanji to be able to read. So yeah, there's not really much to say about that. What I've gotten through of the story, I kind of like, and yeah, it's just a nice slice of life, as kind of all of the ones that I've been buying are. So that is, I suppose I could call them the older versions of the new purchases. So yeah, let's get to the newest of new purchases. Kind of breathing heavy because even though I'm doing this, I've I'm running around at the same time because the moment I think I have everything prepped for the recording that I'm doing, it's like something else comes up and then I have to go run and get it, bring it back, and you know, kind of like, yeah, it's whatever. So here we have the newest purchase, and so as you can see, it is Twisted Wonderland, and I will say that it looks like the English translation is getting ready to come out here in the United States. I saw I was looking up something on Amazon and I saw that the first one was coming up. So I think in a few months we're finally going to get the translation here in English form. So, like all these things, I have mine in Japanese. And so, yeah, it took me a while to want to do this series because I've been playing the game, I've been enjoying the game, and I kind of like the idea of me as, the player being the character in the game. And, the manga, you kind of have to take yourself out of that because they put an actual character in. And I like the idea that they make it clear that the character they put in is not representative of you, the player, as the character. So, yeah, I guess, it took me a while to want to read it, but I kind of want to do it now. So, yeah, I have books 1, I have books 2, 3, and 4 for the Heartstable arc. I don't know if I kind of have them out of order because that's 2 right there. But yeah, I have 1 through 4, and so I have not flipped through these yet, but I'm kind of intrigued to do so because I was gonna do the video, and so I kind of kept them I kind of kept them separated and try to make myself wait even though I opened up the box. So yeah, I'm kind of intrigued of what it's going to look like on the inside. And so yeah, I'm kind of excited to finally read it. And I don't know when I'm going to get to that, but I'll have it when I am ready to do so. And that's kind of how I see it for right now. So yeah, there is that, books 1 through 4. And that was the Twisted Wonderland. And so also what I got were the, I guess these are the 2 new novels for A3. And I got these because I have the other ones for Acts 1 and 2. And now we're in Act 3. And I am really I was excited to buy them. It's sort of like with the other manga that's the older level, I have to bump up my kanji reading first before I can actually read it. But like I think it's one of those things, having it, looking at it, kind of makes me, it kind of gives me that push that I need to bump it up. But I will say I was kind of surprised by the size of this. Like, forgive me, it bumped the box. I expected, I expected the American versions of the novels to be kind of big, sort of like I just moved that time I got reincarnated as a slime. So like I expect them for the English versions to kind of be big, and this is, because yeah, like let's look at the size comparison. So I can turn that correctly. Like it's still smaller than the American ones, but it's bigger than I thought that it would be, because I have, this is from Act 1. And look how tiny that is compared to these. Like, these things are, like, these new ones are huge, that size comparison. Like, that's so, like, I wasn't expecting that. And yeah, I mean, it's kind of a whatever, because, you know, it is what it is, but it just was a bit, it was just a bit surprising to me. And I kind of, I mean, okay, because I'll say it once more. I like, I like slice of life. I like things that, you know, little is happening. I find it refreshing. I find it relaxing. And, you know, I think, you know, since, you know, fighting things like anxiety and things like that, you know, having something that does not take much energy is much more preferable than, you know, all the kind of exciting things. And of course, not that I don't have the exciting manga and things like that, because I showed you the Ace of Diamond Act 2, and yeah, the, you know, the game sequences can get pretty intense. So yeah, I you know, I do have things where I enjoy that kind of extended Act 2, lots of action happening kind of things. But for the most part, I am steady on the slice of life kind of thing. I don't I don't really need much happening in my manga in order to be happy. So yeah, that's kind of why I got this, because I really enjoyed the anime. Um, but I was surprised, of course, but excited at the same time, because it's in color. You know, manga has been black and white for so long. So, you know, I really like that this is in color. So I'm excited for that series, just to have a break from the black and white. And yeah, it's not like I have a problem with the black and white, but I think part of the fun of the American comics is that you get color. And so, yeah, being able to see a manga that has color is something that I like, and something I cannot wait to read. So, yeah, that is that's that, I guess. So, lots of purchases this time, because it's been a long time. And yeah, that's I guess that is kind of that. So if you like this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, comment, share, do all that kind of good stuff. And I will see you on the next video. Bye. I didn't say, though I probably should have, I got all my Japanese purchases from CD Japan, because that is kind of my favorite place to shop for things. And this series, the Keep It Cool Boys, came as a set. And I kind of really like purchasing sets from CD Japan, because, you know, they'll give you the full series of what's current, and it comes in a nice brown paper bag that keeps it all together. So, you know, and of course, this lovely thing right here is the bag that it comes in. So yeah, yeah, that's kind of just what I wanted to say. So yeah, again, that's the end of the video, and whatever. Bye.